Hello, it's me, it's CGB. Today I'm gonna open this booster box of Avatar Last Airbender Jumpstart and rant about standard. Let's get it. I've got the headphones in. I've got the lo-fi synthwave beats on, but I don't know if those will get claimed. So I might be listening to something a little different from you guys on my headphones. Don't mind me. But first and foremost, new camera. You see it? Do you feel it? More importantly, new top-down cam that actually matches this cam. It's the same brand. It's a Sony ZV-1, and originally this camera tip came from Talia Vest. So thanks to her, and I think they're great. And my God, do I love it! It looks so good. It handles the lighting so good. But yeah, amazingly, we're gonna try something new today. I'm going to open packs. We're gonna sort the rares because I have to do this anyway. Got all this pack sitting around. We got plastic inside plastic. Well, it's Jumpstart, right? You're supposed to play these against people. I don't. I'm just here to collect. I'm just here to collect the stuff. Can I zoom this? Anybody? There we go. It's the first time filming on this. Let's get a nice view. What do you guys think? Warmer? Closer? That's probably pretty good, right? So, I don't know, man. We got the Fire Nation drill. That's a good little rare. The Jumpstart cards, I definitely need a lot of them for my collection, so I have to open these anyway. So we're gonna do those somewhat turbo speed. But really, guys, I want to talk. And there are two things I don't feel I do particularly well or special on this channel. One is open packs. I think my box opening content's just kind of okay. And at the same time, I'm still getting asked to sponsor box opening content. And two, I just want to let you know what's going on with the channel, with my life. Maybe it's also podcastian, as don't expect me to read off all the cards I open until I actually open something I want. Fire Nation Salvagers is okay. Nothing good yet. We really want the Cabbage Merchants. 2 blacks in a row? Is this whole box gonna be black? That would be weird. So, what's going on with me? It's the holiday season. It's been a hell of a 2025. I've been traveling so much. I've done so many more appearances than I ever did before. And every time I think I'm done, I get another call. Like, hey, we need you in another part of the world this week. And every time I think like I don't have more sponsored content to work on, they're like, hey, here's another job offer. And it's really cool. No doubt. It is the coolest job in the world. But just having no idea what you're going to be doing next week at any point really is a lot to get used to. I gotta tell you, if you've never lived this life, it's a very strange one. It's a tough one to get used to, and it's taken its toll this year. It's worn me down. And in the meantime, I've been trying to keep the arena content going, keep making the standard videos that really my channel was built on. A lot of you guys have been watching for years. Thank you so much to everybody who sent me their YouTube recaps, you know, showing how much of me they watch. Like, that's, you guys are maniacs. How do you watch me so much? I have no idea, but thank you. I appreciate it. And now, dude, standard. Osco, just a bear. I think I needed that one. Standard, you guys. Can you believe it? So this weekend, holidays, of course, December, right? So social engagements. For me, it was the team party for the roller derby team. And you know what? Worlds. So I have Worlds on. You know, I'm just hanging out at the roller derby team party with a whole bunch of gals. And some of them brought their significant others, and we do have a few other guys in the league. And like, we had Magic on one of the screens, some people watching it. And I got to answer a lot of questions about, like, you know, what do you like about Magic? Hey, face stealer, and things like that. And trying to explain to them what was great about Magic while watching Is It Lesson Mirror after Is It Lesson Mirror after Is It Lesson Mirror. I had people who knew nothing about Magic saying, is it all the same deck all the time? Yes. And no. And no. You see, Is It Lessons absolutely dominated the Pro Tour. I haven't even looked up the numbers. I'm sure this is Monday. I'm sure the numbers are coming out. And I'm sure they will be out there. And I'm sure it's going to look good. They were saying that the Is It Lessons deck on broadcast had a 68% win rate against the field on day 1 and 2 in the Swiss. That is a bit too high, guys. In a world championship event. Now, it did, in a sense, come out of nowhere. So nobody was really teched against it. There weren't a lot of people playing ways to remove the monument to endurance. Artist Talent Monument to Endurance appears to be by far the superior list after watching God knows how many mirrors between the Eddie Mark Crab version and the Monument version on camera. Just, dude, so Derek Davis just losing round after round after round on camera. Talk about a dream / nightmare, if ever there was one. And in the same matchup over and over and over again too. Just absolutely insane. So when this deck, in the hands of the great already world champion, now 2-time world champion, Seth Manfield, rolled the opponents down, mowed them down, and became the champ. It's another Is It deck. It is a different-ish Is It deck, and in a sense, it's a new archetype. That's something. On one hand, you can say that the bans helped Standard, new decks were present, the avatar cards shone brightly, whether it were the lessons in the Is It deck, the lesson package, or Badger Mole Cub being the second most played new strategy. And we can talk about the Cub in a minute, because I still think we have a problem when it comes to that Cub. That said, the Is It deck is going to get a lot of headlines and a lot of attention because, oh my god, it is a pretty toxic deck to interact with and watch. And there's no question it's the year of Is It. 2025. 2025 saw 3 different Is It decks. 2 of them had to get banned, and then a third one still rose up right afterwards and dominated the next event. Of course, if you have a short memory, we're talking about Corey Steel Cutter. All right. Yep. I'm going to keep some of these. I remember I want to build an Aang deck and have it around. Corey Steel Cutter, VV, Cauldron. That's a combo. And now we have the lessons package. Lots of lessons. Grand to make them cheaper. And then Artist Talent Monument to Endurance for the just endless go brr to turn it into a win con. You just cast spells until they die. And this is going to be an absurdly popular deck, both because the rare count required to play it isn't too high, because a lot of the lessons are not too expensive, and it is an addicting deck to play. That's the truth. It's an utterly, disgustingly addicting deck to play. Dude. Seriously. There's so much just casting spells, looting, drawing cards, drawing 3 cards here, drawing 3 cards there. Accumulated Wisdom, what a card. You get to play counter spells in the form of Quench. You get to play, this is the important part, because this is what put it over the top against Cub. There's no good cheap removal in black. There's no good cheap removal in white unless you want to count like Seam Rip. It's fine, but they can bounce or remove it and they get their thing back, which is absolutely brutal. So what do you have? You have red, right? Obviously green's not going to have great cheap removal. Airbending Master. Airbending Master is here. That's cool. And so with with red having the only good cheap removal, because the lessons that are cheap and remove things also scale, like combustible technique, or flexible, like Ira's demonstration. And then on top of that, they feed accumulated wisdom into a card advantage machine, and they feed Gran into a mana advantage machine, and you got it all. It's all there. Unbelievable. So Badger Mole Cub probably would have absolutely destroyed this tournament if several teams hadn't found a deck that can play this arsenal of cheap removal, and it's the only good cheap removal in the format. That's the truth. Like black, what are you gonna do? Stab? Have you guys played with Stab really? It's not great. Or the Bobble, Grim Bobble. Oh my gosh. Even Grim Bobble and Boomerang Basics isn't good enough. The closest thing to good is Nowhere to Run in Boomerang Basics. That's not bad. And the Bobble is just kind of medium, but have you ever like not drawn the Bobble right after they played an Ouroboros? Not good. So this combination is what led Izzet to be the absolute monster yet again, because it can actually deal with Cub. And if they deal with Izzet this time, they're gonna have to also think about Cub, because the Cub draws and the Cub impact on the format is also sickening. It is disgusting to watch. Yeah, there's your firebending lesson. There's your combustion technique. You know, these are the cards that are going to drive standard for a very long time now. And they're the best ways to compete with cheap creatures, and they're common and uncommon. So people are going to craft the hell out of this on Arena, and you're going to see it on Ladder every day until something gets done about it as well. And it's a very hard deck to fight. It can win through Graveyard Hate, although Graveyard Hate is important to disrupt it. It can win through a lot of counter spells because all your stuff is just cheaper and everything's a threat. Pinnacle Star Cage was the answer to Badger Mole Cub from a deck like Blue White Control. Well, now it's not. It doesn't hit Artist Talent or Monument to Endurance. In fact, what does? Why is it such a crime to have a flexible removal spell that can get rid of enchantments, artifacts, and some kind of creature? It doesn't have to get rid of all creatures, that would be too good, but it should remove some type of creature. It should be able to affect some kind of board. Okay, are we gonna get a big hit here off the Cabbage Merchant? Let's find out. We got another Bosco the Bear. We got, hey, there he is. Best card in Commander now, the Cabbage Merchant. Cha-ching. Sweet. Anyway, makes a lot of foods, makes a lot of mana, is not standard legal, thank God. Definitely an amazing Commander card, and I have a lot of decks I need them for, so happy to see it. Standard. Where were we? Cub is sick, and the decks you're putting Cub in, you see the mono green deck or the green red deck online a lot, the green blue deck. Like all of those Ouroboros decks are very fast, incredibly powerful, excellent best of one decks. Can absolutely just win the game because they went first with the right hand. And then at the tournament level, you're seeing the Cub slot into like these flexible decks, combo decks like Teamer Otters, toolbox decks like Golgari. Those, you know, you can look up those lists because people are very excited about them over the weekend. So I 100% do believe that the Cub is still a serious problem that it'll get addressed someday, somehow. That's just what happens when you print cards that are too good. I have died on turn 3 in Standard more times in last month than I can remember. Even back when, like, Leyline of Resonance, another recent ban, by the way, only banned in best of one. Mono Red, apparently they were leaning on Screaming Nemesis so much they headed straight to the garbage bin. The Mono Red deck that people play now in best of 3 is a Leyline of Resonance deck, and in best of 1 it's really, for the first time in a long time, disappeared from the meta, which in a way is a good thing. It's been the dominant deck, just the only deck for so long. I'm down with seeing something new. I wish it weren't Is It. In terms of it being Badger Mole Cub like this green deck, that's fine. I think that's pretty cool. At least it dies to board wipes. Let's go, control players. But now this Is It deck, like, it also oppresses mono red because, again, you have that cheap removal suite that then goes on to absolutely fuel these card advantage machines. So every deck gets to have cheap removal and card advantage and a ridiculous end game as long as it's Is It. So the Is It deck is going to change the format quite a bit for a while. It's not it's nonsense. It's nonsense. It's going to be everywhere. There are going to be decks in the format like my blue-black mill deck that I just don't think matter anymore. There's going to be a lot of decks like that. I'm not sure that Jeskai control, 4-color control, or blue-white control matter anymore. Maybe they don't. They just don't have the answers to those permanents. If one monument resolves, you could be cooked. Maybe the 4-color control deck, at least it has inevitable defeat, but God, that's still trading down in mana, which is not ideal. I still have Jeskai Revelation. Maybe they can run some other pieces to deal with things. We'll see. But it looks like this deck isn't just, the Is It Lessons deck isn't just the truth. It's probably going to be the best deck until something's done. And it will, again, because if this deck is probably going to be a 70% meta deck at some point, at least 40. I'll go with 40. It's probably going to be a 40% meta deck at the next open tournament that anybody can sign up for. Again, the affordability and how it plays, the draw 3-ness of it is just addicting to competitive Magic players at its core. Like, that's the truth. They're not going to stop playing it until you take it away from them. So between that and Cub, we got a format. It's a nonsense format. The best solution to it, specifically, Avatar Kyoshi, Earthbender, big one. The best solution to it specifically seems to be the Reanimator deck. And that's what I found on ladder as well. If you are going to play the Bringer of the Last Gift, Bringer of the Something Gift, if you're gonna play that and Superior Spider-Man to reanimate it, you can be okay. That deck gets the job done. And it does beat up on the Lessons deck by going way over the top of it. So that deck was already popular. If you want to dunk specifically on Lessons, that's the deck for you. They will start running Graveyard Hate. It's actually really good in the Lessons deck to run Graveyard Hate for the opponent, like Soul Guide Lantern and Ghost Vacuum, because when you get the cost reduction off of Gran or off a leveled up Artist Talent, it's literally free. Like, you get a 0 mana Artist Talent Monument trigger that goes mana positive when you make the treasure that also hoses their strategy. It's actually amazing. It's the best 0 mana play in Standard. There you go. What a it's really funny to do. So those decks are locked in. I think you have your decks for a while are going to be Reanimator, Is It, and Cub decks. And if people want to keep running that mono white aura deck, bring it on. All day, let's go. If people want to keep running like Jeskai control or 4-color control, I think they're gonna have a hard time. I really do. I don't see Teamer Otter's decks making the jump to best of 1. They didn't in the past, so I'm not that worried about that. So that's what's going on with Standard. That's what the future holds. If you haven't played against it yet and you play against this Monument talent deck, you will see that just like VV, these things just devolve into these long turns. Like, Tiger Seal did its best to actually end games, but it couldn't compare to the lesson package. And these games turn into these turns take so long. Many of you are going to hate it. You really are. I hate to tell you. Some things about Standard haven't changed yet. As we get down to our final 3 packs, I want to say this 3-year Standard with 21 potential sets in it, if they're going to release 7 Standard sets a year, I will never love it. I will always say standard was better before, and I will always feel like I'm right. That's okay. It's okay for me to like the past and the way things used to be. I don't have to love what's going on and the Wizards' approach to standard now to still play it and still like make content around it and still find enjoyment in it. Same with Magic. I don't always love what's going on in Magic. There are sets I'm not gonna love. That's okay. I can still do my job, and I've talked about this with people, other content creators going through it. If I retired tomorrow and we're done and didn't have to do this as a job anymore, what would I do? I mean, once I'd relaxed for a week, done some work around my house, traveled, spent time with the family, done all the things on the list that you never have time for, what would I do after that? Would I be on my iPad or phone or PC at the end of the day playing Arena? Yeah, I would. I'll admit it. I would still do it. So to all of you guys saying I just do it for the money now or whatever, nah, I know I'd be right back here once I got some of that out of my system. So maybe I need to take breaks sometimes to get that out of my system to feel better. But I'm still gonna play Magic. No matter what I really think of standard, I'm gonna still play it. Just gonna still try to beat it. And hopefully you guys want to come along for the video rides. Probably still gonna make videos because at this point it's like locked in. I want to share it with the world because why not? Feels good. It's an awesome job. It's an amazing career. It's a great life. Why not? I don't have a good reason not to. At the end of the day, I'm still gonna play Magic. Why not share it? Maybe someday I'll take a vacation for myself if I start actually going crazy. These are just some nightmares and daydreams, which is apparently also a card that I've got almost off camera. I'm so not paying attention to this as we go into our last pack. But guys, don't worry. Just because I rant about standard and that I don't like the year of Is It and that I don't like 3-year standard and that I don't like 21 sets in standard doesn't mean I am not gonna play Magic. Doesn't mean I'm not gonna content. I have my preferences. That's fair. I also might get a little salty. Just kind of the nature. And my brewing, I will say, I definitely went through a period in the last few weeks where I was exhausted of building decks. I didn't want to build decks anymore. And that was really frustrating because deck building has always been something I've fallen back on, and it's something that's very much a part of the content. So I got burnt out, I would say, specifically on deck building. This was shortly after the bans in standard and the ban, so around November 10th. Also the bans in Brawl. And I just haven't, it's weird, I just haven't pulled together the energy to go back and update my Brawl deck. So I haven't played Brawl, not one game since the bans. And I do want to, I love Brawl, but I haven't had the energy to like build the decks. And I think some of the deck builds in general for the videos on the channel haven't been as inspired as my work in the past. So I need to get back to that. It's good to have a public enemy number one, like Is It to fight, something that you want to defeat that other people are struggling to defeat. That really is a good driver for me. So I think I'm getting through it because the last couple nights I was definitely like, the wheels were turning again where I'm like, okay, I should combine this and this, but then I need an answer for this and this card could fit in the deck, you know, things like that, right? So it's coming back, and I've built a few more commander decks. I haven't played many commander worst possibles in a while, but the spark for that is igniting again. So I'm still here, and some things might flux, but I'll be back. I'm still enjoying this a lot. I enjoy the ride. I got to do so much cool stuff. The next box I open, I'm going to talk about all the absolute nonsense I did this year. At the time of recording this, I just found out another episode I was in has just got released on Prof's channel, where I got to play against Prof and Josh LeQuai and Voxy. What a sweet pod, right? Oh my God. So that's a game I'll never forget. Go watch it if you're looking for some more of me, and let me know if you enjoyed this little video. Thank you for watching. Check out the sponsors. I got my Jumpstart boosters from CoolStuffInc.com. Use promo code CGB5 to get yourself a discount, and you'll get a sweet CovertGoBlue token. And I've got my Dragon Shield sleeves over here to sleeve up my Cabbage Merchant to protect it. Link in the description. Promo code CGB5 at that site as well. Support the channel. Thank you guys.